Hello, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, I'm Kim. Welcome. Today's video, I will show you every single book I have on my physical TBR. I have all these right here, which these are waiting to be in a video. You'll see that come up. And then I have these. I guess we can start with these. Oh, and I also have this whole TBR cart right here. We can start with these. These are going to be in a video coming up soon. But my first book is Things We Hide from the Light from Lucy Score. This is the second book in the Knock 'Em Out series. This is basically Nash's story, which Nash is Knox's brother. Knox comes out in the first book, and this is like a small town romance kind of vibe. And I absolutely love the first one, so I'm really excited about this one, but I have not heard any good things about this book. Hopefully it doesn't disappoint me because I'm very excited about it. The second book I have is Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher, which this is Declan and Iris's story and the Dreamland Billionaire series, and I absolutely love the first one. So I have like big hopes for this, but I also heard the second and the third book are not as great as the first one was, so I hope it doesn't disappoint me because I'm really excited about these books. Next one is Twisted Hate by Anna Hahn, which is a Twisted book 3. This book is Josh and Jules' book. I think Josh is brothers to the I forgot the girl's name in the first book, but I think it's her brother, and Jules is like the best friend. It's like a group of 4 girls, which they're all like best friends, and this is their book. And I love the second one, which was the Twisted Games. I absolutely loved it, and I hope this one doesn't disappoint either. The next one is Scarred by Emily McIntyre. This is another twisted little book. This is a Disney, but this is like the Lion King. I did start it, and I stopped at chapter 7. I just paused it. I did not DNF it. I just paused it. My life got really busy, and I kind of put it to the side, and I never picked it up again. But I really do want to continue this series, and I have like I think maybe 1 or 2 books more, but I do want to read all of them. A lot of people said this book is their favorite. A lot of people said that they didn't like it. So I don't know what to think, but Hooked, I freaking loved Hooked. So I really hope I love this one too. Next one I have is Unravel Me by Tahari Mafi. This is the second book to Shatter Me. So I think I don't know if this is the one I heard it was really good or not, but I'm really excited to read this series. Ooh, it says, Our lips touch, and I know I'm going to split at the seams. He kisses me softly, then strong, like he's lost me and he's found me, and I'm slipping away and he's never going to let me go. Okay, I need to hurry up. And then this right here is another video that I'm making, which is like the last books of the series. So it's like finishing series' books. And the first one we have is Things We Hide from the Light. Things We Left Behind by Lucy Score. And this is the one that I've been waiting for. Ever since I read the first book, I was like wondering what happened with Lucian and Sloane. I think that's her name. Yeah. I was like, okay, there is something going on between them, and I really want to know what's going on. So I think this is their book, and I'm like super excited to read this. I have been anticipating this book. When I heard it was going to come out, I was like, yes. But I did hear negative reviews, and then I did hear positive reviews about it, so I'm like hoping it's a good book, because like I said, the second one I heard nothing but bad reviews, and I really hope this one it's good. Next one is The Way I Am Now by Amber Smith. I absolutely love the first one, which is The Way I Used to Be. Eden and Josh, they kind of like second chance romance, I guess, kind of like that, because they're kind of trying, I guess she's trying to work out what happened to her in the first book, and then like there's like a trial, I think like a trial going on. I'm not sure exactly, but I'm really excited for this book, and I really do hope it lives up to my expectations. Next one is King of Greed by Ana Juan. This is the third book in the King of Sins series. I think I heard there's going to be 7 books, but I'm not sure. This is the Dominic and Alessandra book, which I think they're like married, and they've been married for so many years, but then Dominic, he not forgets, but he's like so ambitious, and he works so much that he kind of forgets he's married or something like that. So then I think they get separated, and he's like, he realizes it's too late, and then I think it's just basically they kind of rekindle their love or something like that. This is what this book is about, and I really am anticipating, because I think Alessandra came out in the second book, and I loved her character. Like, I loved her, so I was like, I didn't know whose book was gonna be the third one, and then when I found out it was her, I was like, yes. Next one I have is Hunting Adeline by H.D. Carlton. I am, like I mentioned in one of my other videos, I kind of put this to the side when I finished Haunting Adeline, because I was just, the book is still a little bit too much for me. But I do recommend you to read the trigger warnings in this book before you read it, because I heard it's a very heavy topic book. And yeah, but I am super excited. I think this is like 6 months later, if I'm not mistaken, after Addie gets kidnapped in the first book. So I am super excited to read this, but I know my head needs to be like in a good place to read this book. The next one I have is The Final Offer by Lauren Asher. It's also in the Dreamland Billionaire series. This is a Callahan and Alana book, and I heard this one also is like disappointing, but I really do hope I like it, because I am so excited to read this series. Next one is Twisted Lies. Is the 4th book in the Twisted series by Ana Juan. This one has to do with Christian and Stella, I think. Yeah, Christian and Stella. And I think Christian is, he's either Reese, right? I don't know how to pronounce it. Riz, let's call him Riz. I think they're like friends, or his boss or something like that. He's from the 2nd book, and Stella is obviously friends with the 4 girls that come out of the 4 books. So it's like a friend group. And I think I heard this one was like the best one out of all the books, so I'm really excited to read this one also. And then obviously we have Finale by Stephanie Garber, which I am super excited to read this, because I heard nothing but good things about the whole series. The first book was like an iffy book for me. It was an okay book. But the second one, I mentioned in the beginning of the video that I am reading it, and so far I am really liking it. Actually, when I'm done filming, I'm gonna go read that book. But yeah, I'm super excited to read this. Water break. The first book I have on here is Happy Place by Emily Henry. I've had this for a while, and I've been literally putting it off because I don't know, I just heard like so many iffies, like it's good or it's not. And then I heard somebody on TikTok say the titles like deceiving me because it has nothing to do with like a happy place. But I don't know. We'll see what this is really about. But I don't think I've ever read any Emily Henry books, so I'm just super excited to actually get into these because I heard her writing is nice. So yeah. Next one I have, I think it's like more than one book. It's All He'll Ever Be by W. Winters. So I think it's a couple of books together, if I'm not mistaken. And I honestly love this. Like when I was reading, like let me read this to you guys. I get why Beauty fell in love with the Beast, but it doesn't change who Carter is. There's no magical rose or kiss that will turn him into a prince. All Carter Cross will ever be is a beast. A cold-hearted and ruthless mafia king, trapped in a castle of his own making. I am the daughter of his enemy and his possession, a mafia bargain for war. I thought that's all I was to him, but I was never prepared for the next page of our story. I mean, doesn't this make you want to read this book? I think it is like a couple of books in one, but whew, I love me some mafia romances. The next one I have is Hopeless by Colleen Hoover. I've had this on my bookshelf for a while too. I don't know, the last couple of 3 maybe books that I read from Colleen Hoover haven't been really my cup of tea. The last one I read was November 9th, and now I think I gave that one a 4-star, and the other ones were like 3 or 3.5 stars. So I'm just really putting it off because of that reason. I honestly don't even know what this is about. Like, I seriously bought it because, you know, Colleen Hoover is so popular at the beginning of the year, and I kept putting it off and off and off and off, and then now I'm like, But a lot of these books, I just literally go into them blind. The next one is P.S. I Love You by Cecilia Ahern. I mean, if you know, you know. If you watch the movie, you know what this book is about. And I absolutely love the movie. The movie wrecks me. It makes me sob. So I expect the same thing from this book, because always books are way better than movies, of course. But yeah, I'm just really excited to get my heart broken again and again and again by this book. Next one is The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas. I don't know what this book is about. I just heard so many good things about it. Well, I heard like it's good, like more good things than bad things. So I just decided to. One day I went to Target and I saw it and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and buy it and maybe read it. The next one's Pretend You're Mine by Lucy Score. I absolutely love the Knock 'Em Out series, so I decided to give her a chance, which I did. And I read another book of hers. Oh, I forgot. I totally forgot the name of them right now. But in my last video, you'll see of my wrap up, you can see that there's another one on there. And then I decided to go ahead and buy this one, Pretend You're Mine. And I honestly, like I said, I don't know what this is about. I kind of came in blind. But the next one is The Court of the Vampire Queen by Katie Robert. I've heard nothing but bad reviews for this book. I hope that's not true, because I am reading the Twisted Villain series by Katie Robert, and I absolutely love that. And then I'm reading the Neon God series too, and I absolutely love that too so far. And then I think she might have another book maybe for this one, maybe 2 or 3. I don't know if this is like a series or a standalone. I'm not sure, but I think there's another one. Next one is Cray by Tracy Wolff. I have been eyeing this book for a really, really, really long time. And I think this is kind of like a Twilight kind of book. Like, I think it's the vampires and stuff like that, and I think it's like a school. It says, my whole world changed when I stepped inside the academy. Nothing is right about this place or the other students in it. Here I am, a mere mortal among gods or monsters. I still can't decide which of these warring fractions I belong to, if I belong at all. I only know the one thing that unites them is their hatred of me. So yeah. And I've been eyeing this book for a very long time, so I decided to finally buy it. And hopefully I can read it this year, because yeah, why not? Next one I have is from Blood and Ash from Jennifer Armentrout. I've been eyeing this book for a very long time, but I don't know what it's about. It just is captivating action packed from Blood and Ash, sexy, addictive, unexpected fantasy, perfect for fans of Sarah J. Maas and Laura Tolosa. I think this is also like a romance book, because I did look it up, and it says it's a fantasy, but I think it's also like a fantasy romance. I've been eyeing. I buy a lot of books because I like the covers to them. So hopefully they live up to their cover expectations. The next one I have is A 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. I actually did have this one on my November TBR, but I did not get to it. This is the only book I did not get to in my November TBR, so it's back on my TBR, and I heard nothing but positive reviews for this book. I am super, super excited to read it. I want to say maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe next month, maybe this month, I don't know. But I really do want to read this book. The next one I have is Book Lovers by Emily Henry. Another Emily Henry book, which I have never read, like I mentioned. But I heard nothing but good reviews for this book, and I am super excited to read it. I think it has nothing to do with books. Well, I don't know. I really don't know. Okay, it says, one summer, two rivals, a plot twist they didn't see coming. Okay, that sounds good. My next one is Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. I saw this on TikTok and I heard nothing but good reviews, and I'm really excited to read it. It says, their love was supposed to last forever, but when life delivered blow after devastating blow, Jasmine and Joshua weighed that love alone couldn't solve or save everything. Hey, sounds like I'm gonna cry. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. I'm gonna cry. The next one's A Deal by Ellen Kennedy. It's the off-campus series, and I am super excited to read this because I heard nothing but good reviews. And then there's a new book coming that has to do, I think, with her daughter. It's like a whole new series for it. It says she's about to make a deal with the college bad boy. Hannah Wills has finally found someone who turns her on, but while she might be confident in every other area of her life, she's carrying around a full set of baggage when it comes to sex and seduction. If she wants to get her crush's attention, she'll have to step out of her comfort zone and make him take notice, even if it means tutoring the annoying, childish, cocky captain of the hockey team in exchange for a pretend date. So this is another hockey romance. The next one I got, it's Pack Up the Moon by Kristen Higgins, which I honestly don't even know what this book is about, but I heard it makes you cry, so I bought it. And this one says, every month a letter, that's when Lauren decides to leave her husband. Wait, every month a letter. That's what Lauren decides to leave her husband when she finds out she's dying. Each month she gives Josh a letter containing a task to help him face his first year without her, leading him on a heart-rending, humorous journey to find happiness again in his new novel. Joshua and Lauren are the perfect couple, newly married. They're wildly in love. Oh, I think this is like, she's dying, so she's like leaving letters for him to like cope with it or something like that. So he can live, after she dies, he basically can live without her. The next two I have are The Flawless and Heartless by Elsie Silver. This is a whole series. This is the first one. I think it's about bull rider and her, I think she's like the daughter of his, she's the daughter of his agent, so she's like, she becomes a babysitter for him. So because he's, you know, he's a fuck up or something like that. And then this one, I think he's a single father. Yeah, he's a single dad, and I think she becomes like a babysitter for his son. So they kind of fall in love. This one says, the rules were simple: keep my hands off his daughter and stay out of trouble. And then this one, working as a nanny for the world's grumpiest singles dad should have been simple. So these sound amazing. I think I like this one better. Well, the sound of that one. The next one I have is Pestilence by Laura Thalassa. This is the first book of the Four Horsemen. And basically, I don't know what these are about, but this says they came to Earth, pestilent war, famine, death. Four horsemen riding their screaming steeds, racing to the corner of the world. Four horsemen with the power to destroy all of humanity. They came to Earth and they came to end us all. And I think this is like a love story. The next one I have is Credence by Penelope Douglas. Oh, I heard so many weird things about this book. She has to go live with her step uncle and step cousins, I think. Yeah, this is very, I heard this is a very, very spicy book. So I've heard a lot of positive and negative reviews about this, but I don't want to say I'm really excited to read this because I don't want to say that, but I really am excited to read this book. I think I've just been putting it off for a while because it's so thick. and thick books intimidate me. The next one I have is The Things We Haven't Finished by Rebecca Yarros. Oh, I didn't even know this is the author that wrote Fourth Wing, right? Because I think I'm in the middle of Fourth Wing and I haven't finished that book, but I have nothing but good things about Fourth Wing. And I heard nothing but good things about this book too. It says, told in our 28-year-old Georgia Satan has to start over after she gave up almost everything in a brutal divorce. The New York house, the friends, and her pride. Now back home at her large great-grandmother's estate in Colorado, she finds herself face to face with Noah Harrison, the best-selling author of a million books, where the cover is always people nearly kissing. He's just an arrogant in person as an interview, and she'll be damned if the good-looking writer of love stories thinks that the one finished her grandmother's final novel, even if the publisher swear he's the perfect fit. Sounds good. The next one I have is The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. I did start this book, and I think I left off in, let me see, chapter 5. I don't know. I didn't want to DNF it, so I put it on pause, but I don't know. I didn't really like this. Like, maybe I'm looking, I don't know. Hopefully I can pick it up this year and read it, and I hope I like it because I heard nothing but good reviews for this book. I don't think I've ever heard anything negative so far. The next one I have is People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. Another Emily Henry book. I have 3 so far and I haven't read none of them. But I don't know what this book is about either. It's 2 best friends, 10 summer trips, 1 less chance to fall in love. Alright. And I try not to read what the book is about because I like to go into them blindly, so that's why I'm like, I just buy whatever I see on TikTok. The next one I have is A Touch of Darkness by Scarlett St. Clair. This is a Hades and Persephone's retelling, and I heard nothing but good reviews for this book. It says, let me worship you, he said. His request felt sinful and devious, and she rebelled in it. She answered yes. So this is another Hades retelling, and I'm guessing it's gonna be very dark and spicy. What we like in this channel, right? The next one I have is Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. I think that's how you say her name. I don't even have to explain what this book is about. The movie wrecked me. It broke my heart into a million pieces. It made me sob. So I'm expecting this book to tear me apart and make me sob like the movie did. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this one. The next books I have is To All the Boys I Loved Before, P.S. I Still Love You, and Always and Forever Lara Jean by Jenny Han. I saw the first movie to the first book and I liked it, but then I got so scared to watch the next movies because I don't know, they do seem really good, but I was just like, I don't know, I'm just scared because I know there's like a breakup or something like that, and I don't want that, but it's okay. The next one I have is Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. This is the first book of the Lakeport Billionaire series. I don't know how many there is, but this is between Julian and Dahlia. And I heard this is really good. I've heard nothing but good things, and I heard there's like Spanish in here. I think, yeah, there's like Spanish words, and then she like translates them right there. So I'm like super excited to read that. The next one I have is Icebreakers by Hannah Grace, and I think this is another hockey romance, and I'm like super excited about this one. I think this is like, I think they have to share the eyes. He's a hockey player and she's like a skater, figure skater. So I'm really excited. I really do want to read Wildfire though. I think this is like a it's a series. I think the 3rd book's coming out soon, or it's something like that I heard. But I really do want to read Wildfire, and you don't have to read these. I think they're like standalone, so you don't have to read, I don't have to read the first one, but I really do want to because my anxiety will never let me do that. So yeah, really excited about this one. And I had this one in my friends picked my next read. Friends and family picked my next read, and I had this one on there with, I think, Rebel Rose, if I'm not mistaken. And Rebel Rose was picked, but I really did want this one. But it's okay. We can read this one this year. The next one I have is Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. This is another series. This is a series that comes after Caraval. And I think you don't have to read Caraval, but I think it's better if you do. Because I think, like, there's characters that come out in Caraval that actually come out in here. But I don't think you have to read it. I think they're, like, standalone series. So yeah. But I really am excited because I heard nothing but good things about this. I think so the second book, that is really good. So I'm like super excited about these. I think this one has to do with the Prince of Hearts. And I think I'm actually getting, I just heard, no, I haven't met the Prince of Hearts. I don't know if he comes out in Legendary, but I've heard about the Prince of Hearts in Legendary. The next two that I have are going to be Christmas books, which I didn't get around to read this year because I did take a whole like 3-week trip to Mexico, and we just came back January 3rd, I think, 3rd or 4th. We came back and I didn't really get to do much reading. I did take some books in my trip, like I mentioned in the other video, and I read a little bit of Fourth Wing, and then I did read another book, but I forgot the name of the book. But I read like nothing else. So the books that I have here is The Christmas Fix by Lucy Score and the Xmas Holidays by Zoe Allison. I really don't know what this one's about, but I think this one, it's like a reality show where they fix houses, and I think after like a hurricane happens in this town, Catalina shows up with like a camera crew and she wants to record, and I think this is based like during Christmas, and I think this is the second book to I think there's another book, there's a series or a duo, I don't know what it is, but I think they're standalones. You don't have to read the first one, and I know I say my anxiety will let me, but I really don't want to read the first one. I hope I can read this one without reading the first one. Maybe I will read the first one since it's not a Christmas book. I actually want to do this one for Christmas, but we'll see. And then this one, it just says, it's hard to escape your ex when you're working together over Christmas in the Scottish Highlands, but being stuck together might be the best possible present in this sparkling new contemporary romance. Okay, sounds good. The next one is My Fall by Mercedes Ron. I heard that's actually a movie, and I wanted to watch the movie, but I was like, no, I'm gonna read the book first. I don't know what this really is about. It says, I didn't want warmth, I wanted fire. 17-year-old Noah Morgan lives quiet, normal life with her mother and Toronto, whatever. Until her mother meets and marries William Glaser, a wealthy and enigmatic lawyer from California. Noah finds herself moving to LA, leaving her volleyball team, her best friend, and her boyfriend behind. I really do want to watch the movie, but I'm gonna read the book. The next book I have is Wretched by Emily McIntyre. I think this book has to do with the Wicked Witch. Yeah, I think this is the Wicked Witch, and it's just a retelling of that. And I don't know, I've heard like a lot of mixed reviews for these. I think the best one that I've heard so far about is the Hooked one, but who knows? Hopefully they're all good because I'm super excited. I think she's coming out with a new book. I don't know, I haven't kept up with it, but the last time I heard, I saw she was like asking maybe who should, or no, she wasn't asking, she was kind of hinting who the next book was about. I really want like a Beauty and the Beast. I love Beauty and the Beast, so I really want a like retelling of Beauty and the Beast, or maybe Aladdin. Those are like my favorite ones. I don't think I've seen a retelling of Snow White yet, so maybe a Snow White retelling. Yeah, that one sounds really good too. Who knows? So now going into my other genres. This is Where the Crawdads Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. I've seen the movie and I really did like it, but I didn't understand it so much. So I was like, let me get the book. Maybe the book tells me a little bit more. So yeah. The next book I have is The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. I am super excited about this because I've heard nothing but great things about this series. And I am ready to jump into it. I have not read any books from her yet. But I heard all her series are amazing, and I think from the Akator series, it's like Akator, I think it's Akator. I've heard like really mixed reviews on that one, but for this one, I really heard nothing but great reviews. So I'm like so excited for this series. The next one I have is Mr. Mercedes by Stephen King. This will be my third book of Stephen King that I actually read, and I am so excited. This one sounds really good. It says, the stolen Mercedes emerges from the pre-dawn's fog and flows through a crowd of men and women out of line for a job fair in a distressed American city. Then the lone driver backs up, charges again, and speeds off, leaving 8 dead and more wounded. The case goes on top, and retired detective Bill Hodge is out of hope when he gets a letter from the man who loved Bill's death under the Mercedes wheels. Let's turn this around. The next 3 books are I think that's called the Wicked series. These were gifted to me by my best friend for my birthday. It's called Kingdom of the Wicked, Kingdom of the Cursed, and Kingdom of the Feared. She actually picked these books for my Amazon wish list because she says she loved the cover to them. And she said her favorite was this one. This one's really pretty. But I honestly love them. I don't even know what they're about. I just noticed that they don't match. And that's really sad. These are from Carrie Maniscalco. I heard about these books from Sarah Caroli. It says 2 sisters, 1 brutal murder, a quest for vengeance that will unleash hell itself, and an intoxicating romance. But I heard it's really good. And then there's another one. I think it also has to do with like death and pestilence and like the 4 horsemen. Not sure, but I think it has to do with that. The next one that I have is Lore from Alexandra Bracken. I honestly don't know what this is about. It says every 7 years that Aegon begins, as punishment for past rebellion, 9 Greek gods are forced to walk the earth as mortals. I don't know if that has anything to do with Medusa, but because of the cover, I basically got this book because of the cover and like the Medusa symbol and stuff. But if it does, I think I'm gonna like this book. So hopefully it does. The next one is The Court of Thorn and Roses, which is Akatar, right? By Sarah J. Maas. I have been putting this book aside for a while. Like, this book has been like on TikTok and on Book Talk and BookTube for a while, but it intimidates me. Like I said, I've heard so many mixed reviews about this series, so I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it. I hope I like it, and I hope I can finish it. Oh, it's just that last book, man. That last book intimidates me so much. Well, I think is the second to last because she's still coming out with another book after that one. The same with the Assassin's Creed, the Throne of Glass. The last book is so thick. I'm just like, it intimidates me so much. The next one I have, it's That's Not What Happened by Cody Keplinger. It's basically like a school shooting that happened, so I suggest you look up like the trigger warnings from this book. But basically it's 3 years later, and I think her best friend, Sarah's best friend, was killed in the bathroom for that school shooting. And I think like everybody's saying that she died proclaiming her faith, which the best friend, like Sarah's like, oh wait, no, Sarah is the one that Sarah's the one that actually was killed, and her best friend, she's the one that's like, hey, that's not true, that's not what happened. So she's like, because of what she said, apparently Sarah, of how the lie that became or whatever, there's a lot of people getting hurt. So she's like saying that's not true. I don't know, something like that. I hope I like it. I did start reading this book in August. I think, yeah, I did start reading this book on August 17th. I'm never gonna forget that date. Well, actually, no, the 16th, August 16th, and I was like a couple of, I think, pages in. And unfortunately, I got a call that my grandmother was in the hospital, and then later on she passed away. So I didn't even get to read this book. And the next book I have is called Unmissing by Minka Kent. It's a thriller, and I don't know what this is about. I saw it on Amazon. I think it was during like Prime Day or something like that. It looked really good. This is for a happily married couple. It's best not to talk about the past until it comes knocking. Okay. Oh, I think Luca, I think he was married before, and then Luca was married before, and then his wife got kidnapped and was presumed dead, and then he like remarried, and many years later she was like alive. 10 years later, and then she comes back and she was kidnapped and tortured. Sounds really good. Oh my god, I want to read this like now. The next one I have, and I've been putting off, it's A Little Lie by Hanya Yanagra. I don't know what this book is about, but I heard this book wrecks you. It's so sad. Let's see. Let's read a little bit. It says, a little life follows four college classmates, broke, adrift, and buoyed only by their friendship and ambition. As they move to New York in search of fame and fortune, while their relationships, which are tamed by addiction, success, and pride, deepen over the decades. The men are held together by the devotion of brilliant, and Jude, a man scared by unspeakable child trauma, a him to partly bonds, and his masterful decision love. Okay. I don't know. But I've been putting it off, and it's probably going to keep be putting off for a while. I'm just kind of, this thickness of this book intimidates me. But hopefully I can get to it this 2024. Because, you know, I really do want to read at least 8 books a month. That is like my new goal for 2024. If we can do more, then we can do more. But my goal is to do at least 8 books. The next one I have is Girl in Pieces by Kathleen Glasgow. I did start reading this, and I left off in page 182. It says, you can spot the girls who have it easy. It was okay for me. Just kind of, I wasn't in the mood to read this, so I kind of went like, I did that much and I kind of put it aside. I did not want to DNF it, so I paused it. So hopefully I can finish it. Hopefully. Like, yeah. Well, guys, you want to see my best friend gifted me this for Teacher Appreciation Day. It says, I don't watch porn, I read it like a fucking lady. This is like the cutest little, I don't know if you guys can see it. I actually just got this series in the mail. I got this one for Christmas, and I heard Sarah Crowley rave about these, and I think Rachel Catherine too, if I'm not mistaken. This is more like a sci-fi, if I'm not mistaken. And I've never, ever read sci-fi, but I heard they rave about these books so much, and I don't know what they're about. And these are by Marissa Meyer. It says, secret identities, extraordinary powers. She wants vengeance, he wants justice. Okay. The next one I have is Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. I don't know what this book is about, but I heard it's really good. It says, think you know the person you marry? Think again. 10 years of marriage, 10 years of secrets, and an anniversary they will never forget. Okay. It sounds really good. The next one I have is The Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard, I think. I've heard this one was really good by different people. But I don't know. I actually got these 2 books. I got them on Whatnot, and this one's actually signed copy. But I don't know what this one's about either. Mary Barrow's world is divided by blood. Those with red and those with silver. Mary and her family are lowly reds destined to serve the silver. whose supernatural abilities make them nearly gods. Okay, well, count me in. I'm reading this. And then, of course, everybody and their mama have been reading and talking about this book. And I am super, super, super late to the game. Because when everybody was talking about the first one, I just started reading. I just mentioned about it. I'm still reading it. This one's Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. I'm actually reading that one and I'm annotating it. So I'm taking my time with Fourth Wing. I don't know if I'm going to finish this year. Maybe next year. Who knows? But I really do want to finish it. And I've heard really mixed reviews about this one. So I don't know how I feel about this. She's thick. She's a very thick book. So I love the spread ages though. Very pretty. And then I have These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. I don't even know what this is about. I heard everybody's been reading it too. And I got it. I also got this one on Whatnot. This one says, the year is 1926 and Shanghai hums to the tune of debauchery. A blood feud between two gangs ran the streets, red, numbing the city to its chaos at the heart of all its 18-year-old Juliet Kai, a former flapper girl who has returned to begin her duties as the proud heir of the Scarlet Gang, and brutal criminals far above the law. Their only rivals in power are white flowers who have fought the Scarlets for generations, and behind every move is their heir, Roma Mantagal, who was Juliet's first love until he betrayed her. Okay. Sounds good! Alright, my next one. Oh my god, I've been trying to read this one for like the longest, and I finally found it. I bought it. I actually had this one in my friends and family pick my books too, and this was between this one and November 9th, if I'm not mistaken, and I can't believe November 9th won. But my sister picked it because it's November and it's our birthday, so I want to say she picked it because of that reason, or maybe because it was during November. I don't know. But this one's Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I'm super excited about this. I think this has to do with, like, I really don't know, but I think it's like if you have powers or something like that. Let's see. It says, only the extraordinary belong in the kingdom of the exceptional, the elites. The elites have possessed powers for decades gifted to them by the plot. Well, those born ordinary are just that banished from the kingdom of Isla and shunned from society. I heard nothing but really, really, really great things about this. So I'm like, I really want to jump into this book this year, and I want to annotate this too. So there's a lot of books that I want to annotate, like the Renegade series. And I do have more books on my shelf. Let me show you guys. Then I have more books on here, which I have all my Harry Potter right here, which I really do want to start reading those. Reread those. I did start rereading them. And then I'm doing these, the Cassandra Clare ones. These are like the Shadowhunter books. And I'm actually left off on this one, so I need to finish the series. And then I'm doing the Stephanie Meyers, the Twilight ones too, and I really do want to read this. And this is like the last one, the Midnight Sun. And then I have down here, these are the twisted Disney books. And then I have the Twisted Villain books, which I need to read these. I actually really like this. This is like, these are like telling you how each villain became the villain or why and stuff. I'm only missing the Beast one. But yeah, and I think, oh, and then here's my Fourth Wing. And then here I have like the Percy Jackson ones, which I actually want to start to read, which I have not started. And these are my Narnia ones, which I'm on book 3. Yeah, the horse, his boy, and I'm literally like right there. But I really do want to read this. I feel like reading all of them are going to explain a little bit more of the story, like learn a little bit more about Narnia. And I think that's pretty much it. So that is it for my physical TBR of 2024. And I really do hope I can get to all these books. I am going to try with all my heart to go in a book buying ban. But I don't know. Every time I go to the store, I'm like, oh, let's go look at the books. or when I'm bored, oh, I'm gonna go to Barnes & Noble. But I'm really, really, really gonna try to go on a book buying bath. But that's it for today, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.